let's get right into it. I woke up this morning to myself being triggered. Are the DOGE savings all bull crap? Are they all a bunch of nothing burger? I use the most trustworthy news source you could possibly find in the United States, AP News. USAID. Excuse me. To break down actually what's happening. Are we saving money? There are new reports saying we are saving money, but liberals everywhere are saying we're not saving anything. Let's break down the lies. And last night, we saw this woman's last show. Dressed in a NASCAR jacket. Girl, you looking fly as wearing that jacket. I like that jacket and I like them earrings. And Rachel Maddow has an absolute meltdown calling her own network basically racisms. It's not a good look when we fire the black girl. We're gonna get into some of this news. You're not gonna wanna miss this. It's going to be absolutely epic. Charlamagne takes on Jamie Crockett in an absolute hilarious fashion. She spits more nonsense than my own self. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go lick the world.
Trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say, it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
Suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all of our...
Folks stepping on them. That's black.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
Good morning, everyone. DJ, what's up? He is God. He is a God. Yeah. Charlamagne, I am the God. Good morning. Didn't AP get called out for being the most funded, mostly funded by USAID? Yes. And so that's why it's important for me to continue to look and see what they're talking about, because it's hilarious to see that we were funding a liberal news outlet. And like liberals like to pretend like they are the ones that is the popular vote. We're the popular ones. If you're so popular, why do we have to fund you to stay alive? Nobody's funding me to stay alive. I'm just doing it for funsies. Mansa West says, if Maddow really believed MSNBC was racist, she would quit solidarity with her friend. You know how these people are fake and gay. They have no real principles. I totally agree. If your network is so over the top, full of racisms, wouldn't you not want to work there? I mean, if I literally worked at a work and I thought that everybody around me was like this some kind of psychotic racist institution where my boss actually hated black women, it better be funny. I'm just kidding. I would probably leave. I would leave. It would get to a point where it get too much where it's like, I don't know if I want to be associated with you psychopaths. If you're actually like, we need to bring back what we used to do to black people. You're like, oh my God, dude. Whoa. I'm just trying to sell some soap. I don't want to be around you, you psychopath. What's up, St. Tommy? USAID funding Russian opposition newspapers. Yes, and we're going to fund more. We're going to come after you, Valerie, in Russia. Everybody in the chat, Valerie, the Russian guy, he pays me through Tenet. I'm raking in millions of dollars. Clip that segment. I should have. I didn't. I appreciate you for saying that. I appreciate you saying that. It is funny to see that after the USAID funding ends, all like news outlets, all the cancellations everywhere, and all of a sudden like news agencies are doing this insane shakeup right now where they're just like getting rid of all these prominent hosts, and you have to ask yourself why. Why? Is it because the culture is shifted? Is it because nobody believes your bullcrap anymore? Nobody's leaning into that grift anymore. That grift has run its course in completion. Nobody believes you. See, this morning I woke up to AP News, who is, undoubtedly funded by USAID, and all the cancellations that went under. We'll see what this news agency actually does in the future. But I came onto this headline. Nearly 40% of contracts canceled by Musk's DOGE are expected to produce zero savings. No savings. Now, is this completely true? I read this article because I'm a psychopath, and it's a lie. Because I've had a lot of people in my chat saying, like, Derek, is DOGE actually saving us money? Are we actually saving any kind of money? Now, the way in which the liberal media and like AP News and like psychopaths who hate Donald Trump and hate Elon Musk, and they're on a mission to like get rid of these people and do everything they can to smear like a bagel schmear. And as somebody who's 1/116th Jewish, I love a good schmear. Who doesn't love a good everything bagel with a nice cream cheese schmear? Anyways, God, let me get a sip of coffee. I read this article, and it's the most deceiving title ever. Just like every title known to mankind in the news media, always read the actual article. So it goes on to say that Elon Musk and DOGE is not really saving any money because they canceled contracts that they already paid for, like AP News. And so they're essentially saying that they're not saving any money because they canceled their contract with many other services. So it's like you already paying for your Comcast account and you no longer paying for it. Therefore, you're not really saving any money. Yeah, you are. That's how it works. You stop the contract and then you don't have to pay for it in the months to come. And therefore, over time, you save money. But literally, this is what this article is saying, that because they already paid for the contracts, that they're not saving any money. It's the dumbest article ever. I thought liberals were like the smart, over the top, like just absolute geniuses of the world. Mansoa says, if the government is not spending that money, how is it not being saved? They are transferring it to other department. Yeah. It's called future spending. Exactly. Like if I decide I no longer want to use my phone with T-Mobile, shout out to the T-Mobes, and then I cancel my contract, if I don't pay for a cell phone bill next month, I'm saving money. That's how it works. If I cancel my Netflix subscription, the next month, I'm saving money that I was going to spend. God, jeez. But they're like, you've already spent it. So you don't have to you're not actually saving any money. The cost-cutting program isn't, look, the signature cost-cutting program aren't expected to save the government any money, the administration own data says. My favorite thing, too, if you come down here, where does it say? Oh, right here. The Trump administration says it's targeting fraud, waste, and abuse in the government. DOGE says the overall contract cancellations are expected to save more than $7 billion, an amount that has been questioned as inflated by independent experts. Independent experts. I'm not actually going to cite who these experts are. I'm just going to say they're independent. They're people. And you're not going to have to look into it. Just believe what I'm saying. We're canceling. But DOGE put out this statement today saying that they've saved over $65 billion, which is a combination of fraud detection, deletion, contract lease cancellations, contract lease renegotiations, asset sales, grant cancellations, workforce reductions, and programmatic changes and regulatory savings. Golly, it's called future spending. Fraud is hard to prove. They need to just stay with waste and abuse. I totally agree. Let's get the easy wins first and then go into the fraud. The fraud takes more time. Let's just continue to cut. And our contracts that were like the $10 million we were sending to Africa to study, where was it? Something with a penis. What is it? Anteaters. When all the studies, all the trans daycares, the trans shows in Latin America, all the like AIDS stuff, like paying for AIDS in Africa to not being spread, even though Fauci has a huge boner for AIDS. We're saving money. And we're no longer going to continue these contracts with these countries and absolutely just fund these countries and allow them to feed off of our own backs. That's the thing. And my favorite thing is to watch Charlamagne, who's self-proclaimed God, talking with Jamie Crockett, who is a self-proclaimed racist. Okay, maybe she's not self-proclaimed, but everything that comes out of this woman's mouth is the most racist crap ever. She's like Joy Reid light. Like, hey, Jamie, pay attention to Joy Reid. You're next, girl. You're next. But here's this conversation. Listen to this.
There is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, though.
I'm not going to say that there's a lot. I'm going to say that it does exist.
I'm not going to say there's a lot. How do you categorize that? You know, when we're saving millions and billions of dollars, like DOGE just came out today saying we saved 65 billion. I'm not going to say 65 billion is a lot of money. I would never say that. How is this affecting Doja Cat's career? It's in the water. Doja Cat is coming out as a self-proclaimed white supremacist. She's gone full Nazi. Wes says the problem with trying to prove fraud is that the government is trying to prove the government did something. They will never find themselves guilty. Oh, yeah. No. Why would they do that? Just to be out of a career? I like that she says, you know, I'm not going to say it's a lot of money.
A lot of waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, though.
I'm not going to say that there's a lot. I'm going to say that it does exist. I'm going to say that it exists. I don't think that there's a lot. I think.
So why are we so in debt then?
We're in debt because we decide that we're going to reduce the income.
I feel like I have to hear that one more time.
There's a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, though.
I'm not going to say that there's a lot. I'm going to say that it does exist. I'm going to say that it exists. I don't think that there's a lot. I think.
So why are we so in debt then?
We're in debt because we decide that we're going to reduce the income.
I'm not going to say a lot. I'll be like, what do you mean by a lot? We're going to reduce the income. These are our experts of the day, folks. These are our freaking experts. I feel like I'm living in idiocracy every moment of my life. I'm like, I want to look under the table. I want to see if she's wearing Crocs. What does that even mean? No, she doesn't even know what it means. That's why I'm like so confused. I'm not trying to say. I feel like I need to watch this entire long conversation in its full context, and maybe we'll do that over the weekend because it's important to see what some of these self-proclaimed experts in the leftist field say about stuff like this. I don't understand this argument. You would think like people that you would think this is like a categorical. There have been studies that have come out that says that the average person in America is very excited about DOGE cuts. Even liberals, you have to be excited about DOGE cuts. You have to be excited about over-bloated expenditures. There's no person, unless you're some kind of sycophant who's like, Trump equals bad, Orange Man equals bad, Elon Musk equals evil. They are the only people that are speaking out against DOGE. That's why even Charlamagne the God come from my South Carolina home. I used to listen to you every morning, Charlamagne the God. Even he's like, what you saying? What the you saying? Joshua says, my local news outlet did an article saying there will be no one manning the national parks. Yeah, exactly. You're just going to show up to national parks and there'll be no one there. Actually, I'm okay with that. Let nature run its course in our national parks. Do we actually need these rangers? Look, if I want to kill my girlfriend because we're on a van life excursion in the Yellowstone Park, I'm going to do it. She's a god. Yeah, exactly. We should just print the money and get out of debt. That's so smart, Dixie. Exactly. We're in so much debt right now. I don't know if you've seen the debt calculator. Let's just print that money. And just, like, let's do debt forgiveness for ourselves. The way to get out of debt is to go further into debt. Everyone knows that. If Crockett doesn't think hundreds of billions of dollars is a lot, can she spare me $50 million? Exactly. Exactly. That was a Kamala Harris word salad. Who collected the money for giving away the money? Trump does not need to come out and say that that the air is good for you to need to continue to breathing. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And if Trump came out and said the air is good to breathe, she would be like, I wouldn't say the air is good to breathe, but, some of the air is good to breathe. And I'm very selective in the air in which I put in my mouth. I'm very selective in my air intake. What's up, Missouri? Getting a bad feeling about the delay in the Epstein files. I'm so confused about that, too. It literally triggers so much Mossad in me. Why aren't these Epstein files being released? Is it because we're going to actually find out that Mossad was behind it the whole time? I know there's like proven connections between Epstein and Mossad, but like, what are we holding on to? What do we have? I think the government is bought by a lot of Hellcats in my town. Good morning, friends. Are we winning? We're winning every day. And they're going psychotic more and more every day. Now, Joy Reid had her last show last night, but let's watch this clip compilation together. It's such a fantastic clip compilation. It's wonderful to watch after USAID canceled all these contracts that all of a sudden these prominent hosts that makes millions of dollars are quitting.
There's a thing...
getting fired.
About both white vigilantism. There's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears.
So true.
Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right?
Yes,
they Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, it's like Green Waterworks.
Yes.
White men can get away with that too.
Yes.
And it has the same effect.
Yeah.
My show had value.
Oh my
and
God. Oh no.
That I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hold together. Hold together, boo.
That what I was doing had value. Had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV.
There's a
we're gonna need Joy Reid in our lives. You think I can survive without Joy Reid? No chance.
And
I need her. Who am I gonna hear my racist tropes from?
What I was doing.
She's going to have to live off Substack.
And in the end, I try not
for $5 a day, you can help a Joy Reid. Give to her Substack.
I see Karen is there.
Give her Substack. Wait, what?
What I will just say.
Wait, what? What did she just say? I see Karen in the chat.
And I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there. And
you were just making fun of Karens, and now you're like, oh, what's up, Karen? What's up, Karen in the chat? I see you, girl. Thank you for being here, Karen. A lot of forehead there. As somebody who is also in the big forehead community, I completely agree. We welcome Joy Reid into the big forehead community. When the presidential treatment ends, equality and merit feel like oppression. Yeah, exactly. What about Butler Crooks? A lot of forehead there. Are you winning, son? Yeah, I'm winning. We're winning so hard.
And she's been texting me as well. And so
So it's sad to see. In last night, she had her last goodbye. And my favorite is that her goodbye ended with a redhead taking over. Because that's how it should be, girl. It's time for the redheads to be lifted up.
Shout out to our amazing readers, our audience. I just love running into y'all in the airport, on these streets, and on social media.
I love running into the airport and the streets. I'm up in these streets.
Audience, I just love running into y'all in the airport, on these streets, and on social media. I could not love or appreciate you more. Thank you for holding us down almost 5 years.
She sounds like Joe Biden. Thank you. What is that, a leftist trope thing? to say thank you 4 times.
We are a toddler, and we out in these streets in this world,
We
and
in
we are
these
not going to
streets.
stop. That is tonight's readout. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and on Substack at...
Where's your ex? Are you not on X, Joy Reid? I need to get on Blue Sky. I need to get on Blue Sky and do some research.
Substack.joy, it's at joyandread.substack.com.
Make sure to follow her. She's a millionaire and she needs to continue being a millionaire. She's wearing a Go-Gurt. Dude, I grew up just pounding Go-Gurts as a kid. Pounding them. You put them in the freezer. Oh, delicious. I love a good Go-Gurt. She looks like she's about to enter a NASCAR race.
Also on TikTok and Facebook at Joy Reid Official. Inside with Jen Psaki starts now.
That's right. Look who's taking over.
Okay. I know Joy just ended her show by thanking her team, which is the most authentically Joy thing to do.
No, she should have been thanking her white privileged male tears. The place will change. Do not go to Blue Sky. I'm trying to go to Blue Sky. But my favorite, too, is that Rachel Maddow last night had an absolute meltdown over Joy Reid being fired, because if anybody needs to come to the rescue of black women's tears, it's white liberal women. That is my mom. White liberal women love coming to the rescue, especially those that don't have kids. They're like, oh, come into my bosom. I'll take care of you, Joy Reid.
PM hour all the other nights except for Mondays. So that's a big change.
But even bigger.
Bigger programming change is at 7
That's
p.m.
what she said.
7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old.
I'm 50 years old. This is all I could think about when she says I'm 50 years old.
Sally O'Malley, I'm proud to say I'm 50 years old. I'm not one of those gals who's afraid to hide her age, unlike some other gals. And I like to kick, stretch, and kick.
I'm 50 years old.
Gainfully employed since I was 12.
Mom's got it going on. She does.
And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But
I've had so many kinds of jobs you wouldn't believe if I told you. Like what? What are those jobs? Say it. Masseuse for Epstein? Say the jobs, Rachel Maddow. We've seen what you used to look like.
In all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her.
Really? You love how racist and annoying she is, and how absolutely ridiculous she is, and how she doesn't actually take facts into anything that she says?
I have learned so much from her.
Blue Sky is where people go to give their pets monkeypox. Don't do it. Okay. Do you want monkeypox? My dog is like staring at me like ready for a walk. Good. It's not a bad thing that new people are cycling through the workforce. Yeah, it's part of what happens in life.
So much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC.
You're
and
losing
personally,
her.
I think it is a bad mistake
Here we go.
to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's what I think.
What do you think?
I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows.
Oh, there it is. There it is. So despite if the person is not a good worker or annoying or over the top, there have been reports that says that even MSNBC producers and people that are in charge of MSNBC are getting a little sick and tired of Joy Reid going on the same harping crap nonsense about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. There have been reports about that. So her view is that we shouldn't fire people because we need certain color skins in certain slots in their news agency in order to function efficiently. Yeah, it's the DEI. It's like the perfect DEI. Imagine one of these broadcasts admitting that black racists exist. No, they would never agree to black racism. Well, then you quit, Rachel. Even things out. Exactly. She won't do that. It's like Mark Cuban going on saying we need more black CEOs, and they're like, okay, why don't you quit and hire a black person to take over? And they're like, oh no, I would never do that. I earned this spot. You're like, okay. Yeah, rules for me and not for thee. So have a wonderful day this morning. And remember that the government is actually saving money. We're not going to spend in the future for future accounts and contracts in which we had. Those government workers that are paying AP News are no longer going to pay AP News in the future. Therefore, in the future, we will have lower costs. That is what saving money is. These liberals, they're so stupid. They're like, oh, you're not saving any money. Yeah, right now. But in next month and next year and the year after that, it adds up very quickly as we're about to get our $5,000 DOGE checks in the mail. What are you going to do with your $5,000 DOGE checks? I guess that is going to be the question. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later tonight, all right?
I'm going to come.
Let's have some fun later tonight. And I am still worried about Tucker Carlson and Dan Crenshaw, and I'm ready for that celebrity death